warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Natasya Pratiwi. You can call me Natasya. My ID student number is 21029099. Okay, the Honorable Miss Labziatul Hilmi SPD MPD as a lecturer in English courses. Okay, now I will presentation about Project 1 reading. Okay, the first text with title At the Restaurant. The information on this text. In the restaurant menu, there are several groups, such as main course, pizza, drinks, fruits, and dessert. Difficulty on this text. Since it's still a basic level, there may not be any difficulty when reading. It's just that there is inaccuracy in reading. The interest of the text. The text is very interesting because the text also provides exercise that can honor understanding after reading the text. And also, the appearance of the text is interesting, accompanied by pictures, so that it is not bored when reading it. Okay, next text with title 7 Tips for a Tidy Desk. The information on this text. There are 7 tips to make your desk look tidy. First, only put things you really need on or near your desk. Next, don't put any drink on your desk. Next, reduce the amount of paper to be used. Next, scan notes. Next, use your smartphone to take pictures of things you need to remember. Next, set up a notepad. And last one, clear the desk at the end of each day. The difficulty of the text. Difficulties in reading include not knowing the meaning of some word. The interest of the text. The text is very interesting because it is give very useful tips, especially for you student. The next text with title My City. The information of the text. Famous place in Liverpool. The first, the Beatles story, is the most famous 1960 music group in Liverpool. You can find information about the Beatles at the Beatles Story attraction. Open every day except 25 and 26 December. Next, Liverpool FC. Visit this stadium, which is the home of Liverpool football team, and you can take a tour. The stadium is closed on holidays. Next, visit the Liverpool Museum to learn a lot about Liverpool's history and culture. The museum is free for everyone. It is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the last one, Liverpool One, a shopping center located in the center of Liverpool. Difficulty of the text. Difficulties in reading include not knowing the meaning of some word. The interest. The text is very interesting because with this text we can find out information related to popular place in Liverpool. The next text with title Food in the Restaurant. The information of the text. Some recent hot restaurant to check out. The first, last day of the rush. The most popular dishes are lamb and chicken cooked with milk, medium spicy to extra spicy spices. Next, a taste of Tuscany. All the chefs are trained in Italy and they make both traditional and contemporary dishes. Recommended dishes are pasta and seafood. Next, your local cafe. Serve a full English breakfast, sausages, beans, fried bread, bacon, and eggs with a cup of strong tea. Next, the lemon tree. Here, you can have a vegetarian snack for lunch, or a nice fruit smoothie, or cappuccino and a delicious slice of cake in the afternoon. Next, cheesy bites. This restaurant serves only cheese, but hundreds of cheese from around the world and in various forms. Next, fast pace. This restaurant serves food with a good turnaround time. Speed and quality are important here, and the price is not too bad. Next, the chocolate books. This restaurant only serves dessert, many different types of sweets. Chocolate lover will be pleased with the variety of chocolate cakes. The last one, musical chairs. This restaurant has great fish, steak, and pizza dishes. Mondays are classic road nights. Difficulty of the text. The difficulty is that there are already many new words that I don't know the meaning of. And the interest of the text. This text was very interesting, so I was able to learn about popular restaurants and find out what they serve. Next text with title Tips for Being a Super Organized Student. The information of the text. Tips for being an organized student. First, take about 5 minutes at the end of the day to tidy up your computer desktop. Backup important documents, delete things that are no longer needed, and put everything into the correct folder. Next, start studying a few weeks before the exam, and don't abandon it the night before the exam. Next, provide a large bulletin board in the room and divide it into sections. One section for subject and another for other things. Use markers to write reminders and make sure to look at it every day. The interest of the text. The text is very interesting and useful, especially for me as a student to be an organized student. The difficulty of the text. The difficulty is that there are already many new words that I don't know the meaning of. The next text with title Interview with Henry Smile. The information of the text. Henry is the most popular member of one of the most popular band in the world, Two Direction. He was born in 1996 and is originally from Harrogate in the north of England. He now lives in London. He loves music, eating, and sleeping. And his last favorite thing is when he is late from something. His favorite movie are Spider-Man 2 and X-Men. He wishes he could play the piano and drums. He might save her beautiful hair for charity. He doesn't really use Facebook, but uses Twitter to connect with friends. He currently has no girlfriends or is single. He likes girls with a good sense of humor who don't take life too seriously. He also likes to call at night if necessary. He doesn't care about hair color if can love and get along well. He is the romantic type when it comes to relationships. For the first kiss, it was with a girl when he was in school. Henry still gets very nervous before concert and has to drink herbal tea. Even today, after performing hundreds of concerts, his hands sweat and his heart races before going on stage. The interest of the text. The text was very interesting because I was able to learn about Henry that I didn't know before. The difficulty text. The difficulty is that there are already many new words that I don't know the meaning of. The next text with title Choosing a Musical Instrument. The information of the text. Many instruments are versatile, but some were only suitable for certain types of music. Some instruments may be better suited to prepare music than others. If you want to play music with other people, you have to choose what instrument is most practical. We should consider the place and time of practice and take into account the patience of people living nearby so that they are not disturbed. An alternative might be to practice at the school or community center. Many instruments can be purchased in different price ranges, such as guitar. However, piano are quite expensive. Alternatively, we can borrow or rent someone else's instrument. Don't let physical weakness keep you from playing an instrument. You can improve with the right technique. If you are still hesitant to play an instrument, talk to people you know who already play an instrument. It is also a good idea to find and experienced music teachers. The difficulty of the text. The difficulty was in translating the new words. There are already many difficult words in the text. The interest. The text is very interesting, although there are many difficulties in understanding it. The text provides the information about musical instruments that are suitable for music lovers like me. The next text, the title, Sleepy Teacher. The information of the text. A teacher at the school used to take a quick nap in the afternoon. When students asked him why he did so, he replied that he went to dreamland to see an ancient sage. One very hot day, some students fell asleep in the afternoon. When the teacher reprimanded them, they replied that they went to see an ancient sage in the dreamland. The teacher asked what the ancient sage had said. The student replied that they asked the sage if the school teacher came there every afternoon, but the sage replied that they had never sent such a person. The difficulty. The difficulty lies in the new words encountered, resulting in confusion about the meaning of the word. The interest. The text is very interesting because it's like a funny story, so it's not boring to read. The story is also short, so it can be read in between. The next text with title The Shepherd Boy and the Wolf Fed. The information of the text. A shepherd boy who was watching over a flock of sheep in a village alarmed the villagers with four cries of "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" When neighbors came out to help him, he looked at them worrying about the wolf. In the end, the wolf did come. The shepherd boy screamed in terror for help, but no one paid attention to his cries or offered any assistance. The wolf fearlessly ate the entire flock. Moral of the story: no liar can be trusted, even when he is telling the truth. The difficulty. The difficulty lies in the new word form, so they are confused about the meaning of the word. The interest. The text is very interesting as it gives you a moral message in the text. Next text with title The Hare and the Tortoise Fable. The information of the text. One day, a hare mocked a tortoise's short legs and slow step. The tortoise replied with a laugh that although The hare was as fast as the wind. The tortoise would beat him in a race. The hare believed that the statement was impossible, and they agreed to have a race. They also agreed that the fox would decide the direction and destination of the race. On the day of the race, they start together. The tortoise never stopped. He kept walking at a slow but steady pace till the end of the course. The hare lay down on the side of the road and fell into a deep sleep. Eventually, he woke up and moved as fast as he could, but he saw that the tortoise had reached the end of the tracks and was sleeping comfortably, exhausted. Moral of the story: slow but steady wins the race. Difficulty. The difficulty lies in the new words formed, so they are confused about the meaning of the word. Interest. The text is very interesting because it is a fairy tale with a moral message in it. So it is not only fun, but also gives you a message. The next text, with title Leaving Home. The information of the text: entering university is the hardest thing for students, as they have to leave their parents and home. Some advice on how to cope. First, Doctor's Advice to Parents by Carrie Price. Don't ask you to come home during the semester because there's so much going on at the weekend. There's no time. Get an interest or a pet if you feel lonely. Don't check us or friends on Facebook. It is a public site, but we have privacy. Don't change anything in our bedroom. Don't forget to include us on family vacation. Next, A Father's Advice to Students by Stuart Price. Don't complain too much about work because you are an adult. Don't treat your family like fools. Let us come visit you now and again. We promise not to embarrass you in front of your friends. Don't waste too much time on Facebook. Spend time on important work. We didn't change many things in your room. Don't forget to call home and don't get upset if we call you. It is a sign we care. Interest. The text is very interesting, especially for migrant students like me. Difficulty. The difficulty was in translating the new words. There are already many difficult words in this text. The last text with title The Ant and the Grasshopper. The information of the text: one summer day in a field, a grasshopper was jumping around, chirping and singing to his heart content. An ant passed by laboriously, carrying a kernel of corn to its nest. The grasshopper asked the ant, "Why don't you come chat with me instead of wasting your life?" The ant replied, "I'm helping to store food for the winter, and I'm advise you to do the same." The grasshopper replied, "Why bother about winter? We've got plenty of food right now." But the ant continued on his way and continued his hard work. When winter came, the grasshopper found himself dying of hunger. While he saw the ants handing out daily corn on grains from the stores they had accumulated in the summer. Then the grasshopper knew. Moral of the story: work today and you can reap the benefits tomorrow. Interest. This text is very interesting because it is a fairy tale with a moral message in it. so it is not only funny but also gives you a message. Difficulty? The difficulty lies in the new word form, so they are confused about the meaning of the word. Well, that's my presentation. Thank you for your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you.